What I do need to do any of it is a volunteer or volunteers. Most of you have already heard me describe about it, seen speeches about it, or described it, and several of you have already participated in the past. So I know that there are a few people here who are good at it and already understand there's nothing to be worrying about at all. The question is, who's willing to be a demo dolly or otherwise up here?
Come on, Sherry. Come on, Sherry. Come on, Sherry.
Sophia.
Yay!
I am not going to go out and embarrass you if you don't want to be embarrassed, so you don't have to worry about that.
I'm not willing. Remember this speech?
You got to be.
That's right. I'm the
Let's get a brave soul up there. Come on, Sherry. Come on, Sherry.
Dave, be hypnotized.
Yay! Dave Cardy has taken a challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Dave Cardy has taken the challenge.
Can you imagine doing it?
I want you to hypnotize them into voting for Obama.
That is not going to happen. If you just cross the line, Patrick.
Did you see the speech I gave before?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's just about the imagination, and it's yours, not me. And nothing I do other than talk.
Okay.
The easiest way to start, the way I normally end up starting, if anyone just wants to participate sitting down, it's not a big deal. Just go ahead and close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine all the relaxation flowing right out. Then focus your attention on your eyes and imagine, because this is all about the imagination, imagine that your eyes get so relaxed that they just won't work. It's stupid and it's absurd, but it is all about the imagination, and the imagination loves absurdity. If you can imagine your eyes are so relaxed that they just won't work, and imagine what that feels like and let yourself feel what that feels like to let your eyes be that relaxed they just won't work. And when you can feel that, you can actually give your eyes a test and see and realize they just don't want to work. It's all about your imagination. You can imagine it, you can make it happen. Mind over body at any time. Once you realize that, you can just stop trying, and then what you do is imagine that same relaxation going from your eyes, flowing out across your head, and then all the way down your body. It'd be like every muscle in your body becoming so relaxed it just doesn't want to work. Again, just as absurd. But if you can let yourself imagine it, you can let yourself get to that point, you can become that relaxed. In order to help, what I'll do in a moment is I'll ask you to intentionally open and close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, let it be a signal for your body to let another wave of relaxation move across your body, letting yourself become 10 times as relaxed, 10 times as comfortable as there. Let's go ahead and open your eyes, and then close your eyes. Let yourself feel that wave of relaxation moving across your body. Be so relaxed that it just doesn't want to work. Every muscle there. As you can imagine that, I'll ask you again in a moment to open and close your eyes. And again, when you close your eyes, let that be a signal for you to let another wave of that relaxation move across your body. You can either relax, just doesn't work. Just simply go ahead and open your eyes and close your eyes and let yourself imagine that wave of relaxation moving across your body. So relaxed that it just doesn't work. This is an aspect of the physical relaxation, but relaxation has never been required. Hypnosis is about the imagination only. And in fact, you can be very physically active and still be in that state. In fact, sports figures, if you ever hear about them talking about getting in the zone, they've actually done this. In fact, in that state, you are much closer in tune to your body than in your waking state, because the subconscious is directly connected to the senses. In fact, is the filter between the senses and your conscious mind. But the mind is where we want to make that focus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply count backwards from 10. And the key for you, Dave, here is that with each one that I say, imagine your mind becoming twice as relaxed with each one that I say. In fact, you'll probably not notice much, and numbers will kind of fade away or disappear or something to that effect, but it's just not that they are disappeared because that's absurd, but it's the absurdity that the imagination likes. Starting with 10, imagine your mind becoming twice as relaxed, twice as calm, and let all the other thoughts disappear. At 9, you're sitting there, and whether you pay attention to me or not is not important. 8, your mind can wander off consciously thinking about other crazy things, or it can focus completely here as you wish. 7, It's not really a matter of what that does because the subconscious is always listening. 6, and just letting yourself with each one. 5, you're twice relaxed, twice comfortable. 4, and how comfortable that can be. 3, 2, and 1. And as you can imagine how that may be, for your mind to be that relaxed and you can let thoughts, anxieties, everything else just kind of go away because they're not important now. If you need them later, they'll be there later, but not now, you just let them go. That your mind can focus over the body. And that you can imagine that you are perfectly comfortable, regardless of whatever thing may be going on here. You're just perfectly fine here. It's just a demonstration for everyone to see. And I'm not here to embarrass anyone. If you want to be silly, you can be silly. That's up to your imagination. If you don't, well, I can't make you do. But what you can imagine is that no matter what's going on here, you'll be perfectly comfortable and nothing ever is going to be bothering you there. So whatever may happen there is not going to bother you whatsoever. In fact, did you notice anything at all going on there? Dave, did you notice anything at all? It's one of the easiest tricks actually to do. And analgesia or anesthesia you can incorporate with hypnosis without any drugs whatsoever. And surgeries have been done that way, and have been done that way for over 150 years. In some cases, there's evidence going back that far. And in fact, you can heal faster from them because the drugs aren't involved. And in many cases, the mind over the body can do a lot of good. In fact, people who have had some severe burns heal extremely fast using hypnosis even just by itself, with less scarring and less issues. So you can do amazing things just from that. Now, for other particular examples, if I were to say if you could stick your arm out, and I'll count from 1 to 10, imagine your arm becoming just as stiff as if it were a steel rod. And when I count up to 10, it would be just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it wouldn't be able to move anywhere at all, no matter what you can do or anywhere. Anyone wants nothing that can be done to move it there. It feels kind of interesting when they can do that. This is catalepsy, is what it'd be called. Now, if you go back to the 20s, when hypnotists would do these demonstrations, they put someone across 2 chairs and then stand on them. It works, but you can still get hurt because the muscles can only handle so much. So go ahead and let your arm relax. Perfectly calm and comfortable there. Those are the simple examples as to what it may be for hypnosis when you're trying to give simple demonstrations. If you're doing a show and you get a bunch of people up and you're intending to be funny and to be silly, and the people know they're going to be funny and silly, then they will often act that way, simply knowing that that's what's expected, so they're willing to do it. The people who won't get sent back to their seats because they're trying to have a show. Other examples, or any specific ones to come to mind? That you're perfectly comfortable there. What you may want to imagine is if you imagine that there's a little fly buzzing around, that's probably kind of annoying when it lands on your nose or your head or other parts there. When you notice it, you probably get a little itch and want to go ahead and bat it away or scratch or whatever you need to do. Or the annoying buzz when you have to fly by your ear, you might want to knock that guy away. Can you imagine that there? Yeah. Those guys can be really annoying. When those little things can happen, with the imagination can really create these neat little things from happening. Be careful, it might land on your hand over there. Other examples I'm trying to recall, if there are any good ones to use. I keep various different ones out, but they're not always good for you. Oh yeah. One of the fun ones that you can imagine doing is that when I touch you on one hand, what you will do is you will feel it on the other hand instead. So wherever I happen to be touching you on one hand, you actually notice it, feel it on the other hand instead. So whatever happens to happen to one hand is being felt on the other one instead of the one you're feeling it at. Simple transfer, and the subconscious knows where it comes in, but it communicates to the conscious mind the actual sensation we perceive. So whether or not the subconscious mind always knows what's happening. So what the conscious mind ends up perceiving could be, how does that feel over there? Feel it on that one? Or feel it on the other one? Okay. different suggestions may variously be accepted or not, depending on whether somebody's willing to or they can imagine such a thing. Now, if you were to imagine, Dave, you could think of your favorite color and what that color might be. You know what it is right now, but what you'll discover is that in a couple minutes you won't be able to remember what that particular one is, but you're sure that you knew it at one point, and but the harder that you think about it, the harder it is to recall. This is real fun when you're trying to look for your car keys or whatever, and you're about to leave and you need to find your car keys or glasses or whatever it is you're looking for, but the harder you look for it, the harder it is to find. And you can get to a point where you actually look right at them and do not see them. And you've been looking at it for several minutes until you finally give up. And when you give up, you suddenly turn around and there they are. It's the subconscious, your own, screwing with you. Because what it is that the perception that it is difficult is the problem. The subconscious hates putting effort into anything. And if you're perceiving something to be that much of an effort, it's not going to want to do it. So if it's so hard to find your keys, it will actually block you from being able to see them. Or if, for an example, a name you're trying to recall from somebody and you cannot recall it, no matter how hard you rack your brain, until 10 minutes after you stop trying. Or, for example, you could do it simply like this, as I'm suggesting for Dave, your own particular favorite color, you just can't recall it when you want to try to recall it at that point. And it'll be like that for a couple minutes before you finally give up and go out, figure it out later. Then immediately it'll leap up right out at you. In fact, something here in the room will probably be that color, and you'll go, that's what it is. You understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's how easy it can be for many people. The way the mind likes to play on us. What I'll do is I'll count from 1 to 5. You can open your eyes at that point, and you can explain what the experience is for you, for everyone else who's here, so that they can get an idea if anyone else wants to try something. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Open your eyes. What kind of an experience is this? A little bit with the. No, it's not bad. It's very normal for anybody who's been in that
Very
state.
relaxed.
Very much that
I
state.
can hear everything you're saying.
Yep, I didn't say to forget anything. You probably wouldn't have anyway, knowing you, just guessing. But some people do. But
How about your arm? How did that feel?
Which one?
Like the one that you was
Stiff
out
as a
like
bar.
a rock. Did you notice that was happening?
Yeah.
When your arm was
But I couldn't do anything. I couldn't bring it down.
you
Until he
experienced that
pushed
way.
it. I mean, he pushed on it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
I
pushing.
did.
I was pushing on it. You feel the pinch?
I felt it, but it didn't. I mean, it was just a.
Were you pinching that hard?
Just like if you were touching me like this.
Yeah, I was definitely doing a lot harder than that.
Yeah, I didn't.
If someone else would like
There
to
was
test
no-
it, I can.
There was no pain whatsoever.
I'll let Linda test it.
That was great.
What would you say now? So then the question I should throw out there is, what is your favorite color?
You know what my favorite.
He can't recall. All right.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Stephen, thank you so very, very much.